Horizon Hospice and Palliative Care, Chicago's first hospice, is a not-for-profit community-based organization whose mission is to provide comfort for the dying, to preserve dignity at the end of life for all in need of services, and to educate the community. Horizon Hospice and Palliative Care has provided patients and families with a circle of care since 1978 that includes an interdisciplinary team of doctors, nurses, social workers, chaplains, bereavement counselors, home health aides, volunteers, and alternative therapy practitioners. Teams collaborate with patients, families, and the attending physician to ensure that the patients receive the best possible care and that their wishes and goals are respected.
Hospice began in the Middle Ages in Europe. The hospices themselves were known as way stations for crusaders and for pilgrims. They were all over Europe. They became more and more places for sick people to go, not exactly hospitals, but really places where people went who were very ill. Well, around 32 or 3 years ago, a friend of mine and I thought, gosh, this is a good idea. Why don't we start one of these? Which, looking back, seems like as I've called it before, a very innocent beginning. Because a lot of the early calls we got from families were about pain control.
The philosophy of hospice is comfort, care, and dignity for people at the end of their life. To me, it's an old-fashioned way of caring. Americans, if we ask them what they would want, what are their values, what they would desire at the end of life, they desire control and to die comfortably, peacefully, without pain at home. It's a team approach to comfort and dignity, where we involve medical personnel, nurses, physicians, we involve social workers, chaplains, aides, volunteers, and believe it or not, the other part of the misconception is hospice is not about death in reality, it's about life.
We were recommended to the hospice program through our doctor.
Only thing I do know, when I pull up, and I pull up at a house or apartment building, only thing I do know is on the other side is the patient. They need our service.
My doctor, John Watson, from St. Joseph Hospital, he talked to us, and knowing that my mom only had a few more months, and he thought that this would be something that I needed.
You know what? Sometimes go over my expectations. Yeah, I like it because sometimes I need help. I ask for many things and they never say no. I love it. I love the hospice.
The nurses that came, they were prompt. They were, like I said, they were friendly, warm, really very warm.
She made me feel so comfortable because she explained me when she went to wash me, if I need special care. But I think it's great. The 2 visits was very hard. But now I just pick one lady every time and it's good.
Hospice was recommended to us 3 times. And after the 3rd, we thought a little more serious about the help we could get. Dr. James Wallace, he was a very good doctor. He looked out for me in every way he could. And he recommended me to hospice. And he explained all the help that they could give me in different areas. And it's been working.
So she lost her speech and her movement of her hands and everything. She was in the hospital a whole month, you know, and nothing was improving. We made a decision, all my brothers and sisters, that we should just bring her home, you know, and take care of her at home. I never have enough to say about hospice, and whenever I hear of anybody, I always tell them, have you considered asking for somebody to come to your house and take care of your mother, your aunt, your uncle, whoever it is.
My role as a chaplain is to provide spiritual support. I work in context of an interdisciplinary team, and so what we provide is physical, psychosocial, spiritual support. And so I focus on the spiritual aspect of the patient and family. I'm not the teacher, I'm the listener. So in that context, I could be the student in the sense that I'm learning from the patient what the patient needs are. So I'm not the teacher, I am the student in the sense that I actively listen to what the patient has to say and to see how I can reframe the way they think or find ways of making it more beneficial for them in dealing with the end-of-life journey. There's no way after working with a family where they allow you to come in and experience them in their most vulnerable point in their lives that you cannot consider this an honor.
As the social worker, I primarily look at how the network around the patient supports the caregiving of the patient in the home. Looking to see how they're coping with the information that they've received and the changes that happen during the time that they're caring for the person with a terminal illness. I also look at how much support is provided so that the stress is reduced for everyone involved.
Volunteers are the cornerstone at Horizon. They provide practical services such as household tasks, running errands, or just being there to visit. Horizon matches patients and volunteers according to their interests and availability to ensure that patients have the best experience possible. Our volunteers receive extensive and ongoing training.
It's very important as a volunteer, you know your role, you know your job, and it's important that you do your job and don't go outside the realm.